Welcome back to New College Library and our Curators Choice series. Today we'll be looking at one of the oldest manuscripts preserved in our special collections. This is in a remarkable volume produced around the year 1200, likely in either Cyprus or Constantinople, so modern Istanbul, and capital of the Byzantine Empire. It's written in Greek and contains a series of Old Testament texts. This includes the books of the 12 minor prophets from the Christian Old Testament, a set of texts first composed between the 8th and 4th centuries BC. A contents list written by a previous owner on the inner cover lists the prophets whose stories are mentioned in this manuscript. The term minor prophets distinguishes these shorter books of the Bible from the longer Old Testament books which focus on the prophets Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel. And this manuscript also contains part of the Book of Maccabees, a history of the Jewish leaders from the 2nd century BC. This text itself was originally written in Hebrew, but now only survives in Greek translations such as this one. This manuscript is one of New College's real treasures because of the amazing Byzantine illuminations which are found throughout its pages. The manuscript contains in total 19 different portraits of the Greek prophets, which are described in the text, and they're all richly embellished with gold leaf, and their faces are painted in extraordinary detail. This is very in keeping with a resurgence of illumination which is found in Byzantine manuscripts produced in the 11th and 12th centuries, following periods of iconoclasm in the 8th and the 9th centuries. This is clearly a luxurious manuscript. It's written on parchment in a very neat calligraphic hand, and you've got embellished letters here to show the starts of the chapters, and rubrication as well to name the prophets themselves. The portraits are clearly the work of a highly skilled artist, and where the paint has rubbed away over time, you can see the many different layers going on within their construction. In this portrait of Amos, for example, you can see the red inked outlines of the miniature, and then the sketched brown lines drawing the figure, and then later the layers of colour on top, finally finished off with these amazing backgrounds in gold leaf, which are so strongly associated with Byzantine Christian iconography. This opening is the only double spread in the manuscript to include 2 portrait miniatures from the section on the 12 minor prophets, so for this reason it's particularly stunning. On the left here we have the prophet Obadiah, and on the right the prophet Jonah. You can see the Greek letters spelling out the words O prophetess Jonas in the rubric here. This manuscript is part of a set of 4 volumes which together make up a complete Old Testament. One other volume is held in the Bodleian Library, also in Oxford. There's another in the National Library in Athens, and the final one in the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. There's quite a lot of discrepancy in quality between these 4, however, and the New College and Topkapi Palace volumes are definitely superior to the other 2. It might seem that this is quite a curious item to have found its way into an Oxford College library, given the international prominence of the other 3 libraries which hold its companion volumes. In fact, MS44 came to New College as part of the library of Cardinal Reginald Pole, who was the Catholic Archbishop of Canterbury during the reign of Mary I, so from 1553 to 1558. Although Pole's own college had been Magdalen, it was most likely that his lifelong association with the Catholic Church led the executor of his will, Alvus Priuli, to bequeath Reginald Pole's books to New College in 1558. Pole himself had also made a separate donation of books to the college in 1557. And MS44 is part of a group of manuscripts which Pole likely acquired in the 1520s during a period of time spent in Italy. It's associated with several further Greek manuscripts in New College Library which were given to Pole by the humanist Thomas Lupset, who joined Pole's household in Italy in 1523. And the bequest of Reginald Pole's library to New College means that we now hold a very significant collection of Greek works, many of which celebrate this amazing late Byzantine era of luxurious and gilded manuscript productions.